this is quite an interesting picture to start with. I describe this is what good looks like when it comes to a new mining area. We've got big mines on the horizon, infrastructure on the horizon. This is looking over one of our targets that we should have a drill rig turning on next week. This is about 1 kilometre away from our first discovery called La Romana. Okay, so as the title says, we're focused on exploration and discovery of copper deposits. We have 2 projects that we're focused on at the moment. Our flagship Escacena project in the Iberian Pirate Belt. This is probably the best place to be exploring for VMS deposits in the world. There are simply more of these giant VMS deposits in this district than any other equivalent VMS district elsewhere. It's got big mines, it's an established mining area, great permitting, very supportive administrative system, etc. Our other project, which Eric mentioned, called Carmenes up in northern Spain, another overlooked historic mining area. Already we're turning up some really interesting results on that one. So with following a very successful financing near the end of last year, we were 3 times oversubscribed. We've launched a pretty aggressive drill program this year, 7,000 metres to start off with, a multi-target program. In the Escacena project, we're really focused on a couple of things. One is the drilling the western extension to help delineate the La Romana deposit ahead of publishing a maiden resource. And secondly, to start drilling some of the many targets we have in this really highly prospective package of land. So it's a pretty exciting period for us. The other project, we said we'd start to do the first systematic exploration in the area. We've done that. We've put some of the results out, and we're already seeing some really great numbers coming out of there. And we've got a drill rig on site on one of the targets already. So starting with our Escacena project, described as sort of a low-risk project in some respects because we already have a discovery. We've drilled over 180 drill holes already. If we were to publish a resource today, it would mostly fall in the measured and indicated category, but it's still growing and we're still drilling it, it's still open. As I say, in a great mining-friendly location. We've got advanced metallurgy, etc., which help de-risk the project, etc., and so on. The story goes on. Location, again, excellent. We're about 30 minutes drive from the city of Seville. Within about a 50-kilometre radius, there are 5 big operating mines with major operators, etc. Closest to us is Grupo Mexico. They're 600 metres from our property boundary. They're looking to start a new mine where there were 2 large open pit copper mines previously. First Quantum's Las Cruces mine is less than 20 kilometres away from us. Freeport has a smelter about 70 kilometres away from us. All of this is connected by first-class road infrastructure and power. Right, potential to make multiple discoveries. All of the big major mines in this area are made up of not single ore bodies, but several ore bodies. So we think the chances here of for us finding more discoveries is really high. Why? Because we just look at this geophysics map on the left. It's a gravity anomaly map. The first target we tested was in the south at La Romana, and those first holes were discovery holes. We've made a second discovery up in the north called Cañada Honda. We've only got 16 drill holes into that. It's a much deeper target. We could spend our whole budget just drilling that one, but instead we've opted to go and drill some of the other many targets we have in the area. So I think most of these targets are as yet untested, and that's what we're trying to hit this year with the drill rig. A differentiator for us. Our discovery is from surface and it's open at depth. This chart compares the depth of to mineralisation for some of the producing mines in red and some of the more advanced projects in blue. So there are 4 big underground operating mines. They're mining between 400 metres and 1.2 kilometres deep, exploring down to 1.5 kilometres and more in some places. And all of the other new advanced development projects are also looking like they're going to be underground. So we're in a great situation, open pittable potentially, and it's cheaper to drill and going to be cheaper to mine. So looking at our La Romana discovery, as I say, over 180 drill holes already. It's showing copper mineralisation extending over 1.5 kilometres of strike. Most of it has only been drilled to less than 200 metres, and you can see it's open at depth. This is a copper equivalent block model. It's, if anything, the grade is increasing towards the west, and that's where we're drilling right now. We have a drill rig on there turning, looking to see how much further this deposit might continue. But it's clearly open at depth as well, and this thing will grow. A couple of cross sections. This is from the west. The one on the left here is one of the westernmost cross sections with some of the new results from there. 18 metres at 1.2% copper, about 60 metres below surface. So the copper mineralisation here is open at depth and it's open along strike, and that's where we're drilling at the moment. The figure on the right, another cross section more in the centre of the deposit. Here we've got over 50 metres thick of mineralisation, which is thick for a VMS type deposit. Another couple of things to notice. Very simple geometry, 35 to 40 degrees dip. That's ideal for an open pit. And we see that right across the deposit. Very predictable. The other thing, flat topography, great, some of the highest grades and thicknesses closest to surface. So ideal in many respects. Another differentiator, the metallurgical test work we've done here, which is very advanced. It's at pre-feasibility study level. We don't need to do any more at this stage, but it's clearly added a lot of value for us and de-risked the project. Already what we can see from the copper metallurgy is that we have the best copper metallurgy in the Iberian Pyrite Belt. It is better than any of the current existing producers and any of the other near-term or advanced projects in the area. We can get copper recoveries of over up to 90% and concentrate grades around 30%. In addition to that, very low in deleterious metals, no penalties. We've got a silver byproduct. We've also got the tin, and the tin metallurgy has also been excellent. It shows we can separate the tin, produce a high premium quality concentrate with concentrate grades and recoveries of over 60%. So the upside, this is just showing again some of the targets we're hoping to drill this year, highlighted in these blue boxes. I'll just draw your attention to this one here. Very prominent, big gravity anomaly. We only got access to that middle of last year. We should have a drill rig hopefully turning on this one next year. It's never been drilled. All these are undrilled, never been touched before. It's covered by post-mineral sediments. What does that target look like? Bravo. Flat, no rock sticking out of the ground. We've got this big gravity anomaly coincident with some lead, zinc and silver soil geochemistry at surface. We've got multiple indicators from other geophysics work as well. So really exciting target, obviously very big. We've got a number of drill holes planned on this one. So looking at a timeline, we expect to complete the sort of 7,000 metre program that we've set out at the beginning of this year, have that done by middle of the year. We'll then look to post the maiden resource on Laramana sometime in the second half of the year. If we have some success on any one of those new targets with the drill rig, we'd look to drill those out and add to the resource. All going well, we could see this in production at Laramana by 2029. And there's a good track record for that permitting in this part of the world. The other project in the north, again, as I said, an old mining area, we're targeting high-grade breccia pipe style mineralisation, copper, cobalt, nickel principally. But as our recent exploration is showing, we're finding significant gold as well. So we started this area with some initial systematic soil geochemistry. We've only sampled 5% of the area so far, so it's a big area yet. We think the chances of making lots more discoveries here is very high. This is an area that's just really not been touched for decades. It really highlighted two areas, the Providencia area and the Profunda target. So we've honed in on this target area, but we can see many other targets as well in this to follow up later on. So looking at the Providencia target, we went in there and followed it up with some more detailed soil geochemistry, and it's thrown up some really astonishing soil geochemistry, multi-% levels of copper, nickel, cobalt, and all these things. But really, if I go back, really interesting for us is it's shown up a whole area of gold. Now this is upslope and away from the effects of the old Providencia mine. and the old mine dumps. So this is really interesting. We're getting 49 samples out of the 200 samples we collected have got over 1 gram gold in soils, with a number of, and it averaged 5.8 grams per tonne in soils, which is crazy, with a number of samples running over 20 grams per tonne. I've never seen that. I've been in the industry for 40 years. So we followed that up with some surface trenching and we found a couple of old exploration tunnels in the area. We did a continuous sample along those, and we've shown in this tunnel here, continuously mineralised with gold all the way along. Started in 4.5 meters, 4.5 grams gold, and ended in 6.5 grams, with 37 meters at 3.1 grams per tonne gold. Based on the surface trenching, etc., it looks like the full width of this could be 50, 60 meters wide. So this is outside of the breccia pipe. So it could be telling us that maybe there's another breccia pipe nearby, or this is some sort of strata bound or halo to the breccia pipes. Similarly, on the surface trench further to the east, we got another 20 metres, 1.7 grams gold, plus other metals. So, as I say, this has never been drilled. We have a drill rig on site. It's drilling we've got 2 holes drilling into the breccia pipe at the moment, trying to see what the width of it is and test beneath the old mine workings. And then we've also now added another 3 drill holes to test beneath these old mine workings and this old tunnel, and the trench results. So watch this space. I mean, it's a pretty exciting result already. So quickly on the capital structure, we have share price at the moment is about 14 cents or thereabout. Our price has gone up about 40% since the beginning of the year. So we've got one analyst coverage with price target of about 75 cents. We're 1 drill hole away from another discovery, I'm sure. So lots of news to come. Clearly, with all the drill rigs turning and lots of new exploration results, the first resource to come out later this year. So, yeah, come and see us at our booth. So, thanks very much.